Hello friends, welcome to Easy GST for You. I am your host Girish Kulkarni and I welcome you to today's discussion related to EWay Bill. This is video fifth and the last video tutorial of this particular series based on EWay Bill provisions. Today we are going to discuss 10 frequently asked questions on EWay Bill. So let's start. First question that has been raised is that what is the procedure to issue EWay bill in case of import or export? Now, please note that the EWay bill should be only generated for the distance which is covered inside the country. So, in case of import, from the port of clearance till the place of destination, for that particular purpose, the EWay bill needs to be issued. And in case of export, from the place of business to the customs ports, the EWay bill will have to be drawn. So that will be the case of imports and exports. Second question, what if the goods are purchased by a consumer and moved to his destination, whether EWay bill is required? Now, this is a very commonly asked question, and let's take an example. If I go to Apple store and buy a cell phone, which is a goods as per the definition of the goods, and let's assume that the value of the cell phone is 75,000 or 80,000 maybe. So I am the consumer. Let's assume that here I am not a registered person and the shopkeeper who is operating that particular store is a registered person. Now, whether EWay bill needs to be issued in this particular case. Now, who is causing the movement? The answer to this question is actually the movement is caused by the consumer, because it is the goods which are sold across the counter and he is maybe taking it to home, maybe taking it to any third place. It is the buyer's responsibility where he takes and where he wants to take. The risk and reward has been transferred across the counter when the payment is made and the goods are handed over. But as per the provisions of the law, wherever the goods, the movement of the goods is caused by an unregistered person, in that particular case, it is said to be caused by the registered person. So hence, the EWay bill in this particular case needs to be issued from the place of the business of the supplier to the residential address of the consumer. So yes, the EWay bill needs to be drawn in that particular case. Third question. What happens in case of multiple invoices belonging to the same recipient? So let's assume that there are more than one invoices related to same recipient but different invoices. Can a supplier issue a consolidated EWay bill? The answer is negative. A supplier has to issue separate EWay bill for separate consignment, separate invoice altogether, but the transporter has got an option to issue a consolidated EWay bill for all the invoices together. But in case of a supplier, he will have to issue a separate EWay bill for every consignment, though it is related to the same consignee or the recipient. Question number 4. What happens if the consignee or if the recipient refuses to accept the delivery of the goods? Now, sometimes it may happen that if I am a supplier, I hand over the goods to the transporter takes the goods to the destination, and after reaching the destination, the goods are not accepted by the recipient party, or maybe accepted and then immediately rejected on account of various reasons. What will happen in these scenarios? Now, in this case, either the transporter or the supplier has to issue a separate EWay bill on account of not on account of supply but other reasons. Under others category, he has to take the material back to the supplier. Now, you please note that the movement of goods cannot be made possible on the earlier issued EWay bill. This has to be a separately generated EWay bill. If it is an official sales return, means accepted and a credit and return document is prepared by the recipient, then under that the recipient, as the case may be, recipient or the transporter or the supplier may issue a separate EWay bill, but a separate EWay bill has to be generated for the return of those goods. Can the EWay bill be extended? is another question. We have discussed this in our tutorial as well, but this is a frequently asked question, so I am taking it again. Under only first we should understand that the extension, the period which is given in the validity is always greater than what is the normal time it requires to reach the vehicle for that particular distance. So it is very practical time frame which has been given. Now extension will be required only under certain circumstances. So they have covered certain circumstances like natural calamities, maybe some law and order issues, or maybe accidental problems or change of conveyance due to breakdowns, etc. In those certain circumstances only the extension may be required. Extension can be applied for under these circumstances 4 hours prior or 4 hours immediately next to the end of the validity. So yes, extension under certain circumstances can be asked for. Then question number 6. What happens if the vehicle is changed? Now let's logically assume when the goods being transported are changed from one vehicle to another vehicle, maybe in case of transshipment or maybe in case of breakdown of the vehicle. What can be done under such circumstances? First, the movement needs to be stopped immediately when the goods are need to be transferred from a vehicle to another vehicle. Secondly, a fresh EWay bill needs to be generated, or the part B of the earlier bill can be updated either by transporter or by the supplier, and then only the movement of new vehicle will be started. The movement of the new vehicle cannot be started until this new bill is generated or part B is updated. Then question number 7, which is the mobile app which can be downloaded. Now please note that this app cannot be downloaded from Apple iStore or Android Google Play Store. One has to log into the website of EWay Bill as earlier told by me, and you have to apply for the app from there by putting your mobile's IMEI number. The link will be sent to you and then you can download the app. That is the procedure one has to follow. Then question number 8. I am a dealer in cars and I have purchased 50 cars from manufacturer. Those are brought to my place by running them. Maybe they want to say that they have driven those cars to their maybe shop or dealer's point, whether EWay bill is required. Now this particular case, though those are not transported from a vehicle, they have driven those cars from manufacturer to the dealer's point, dealer's selling area. This is a transport, though it is not through a heavy vehicle which carries all such cars, but it will be liable for the EWay bill procedures, and EWay bill has to be done by putting either their temporary registration number or maybe chassis number, some unique identification number will have to be taken into consideration for making the but without making EWay bill, the goods cannot be transported, even though those are driven. Question number 9, whether in case of e-commerce sales, whether shipping charges are to be included in consignment value. Okay, now there is a threshold of 50,000 as discussed earlier in our videos, below which there is no requirement of issuing EWay bill. What happens in case of supply, in case of e-commerce operators, whether shipping charges are to be added. So consignment value has been properly defined in the law, and it should be taken into consideration as per the provisions of section 15, and hence it does not include any shipping charges in case of e-commerce operator. So it will not be included. Those should be excluded. how to allot a particular e-way bill to a transporter. Now we have discussed this again during our one of the video lectures tutorials. One can put trans in, that is transporter's ID, into the part B and assign the bill to the transporter to be filled in by the transporter, or simply if the transport vehicle is available, number is available, then that by putting that vehicle number, part B can be filled in and submitted. So these were the commonly asked 10 important questions regarding e-way bill. I hope you enjoyed the complete series of e-way bills, which included 5 video tutorials, and I hope that you subscribe to our channel for regular updates on various indirect taxes, that is GST and UAE VAT law. Thanks for your valuable time. Keep watching.